We good?
Can you hear me all right? No?
I do. You can
Okay,
you hear me?
cool. Yeah, I can hear you. Bet.
Let's go, bro. What's up, little Joey? Hey, little
What's up?
Joey.
Welcome to Lil Talk with Lil Joey, and we have a very special guest, Poseidon's Workshop. How are you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be with you. You're the homie. Always showing
Appreciate
love
it.
on Twitter and likewise. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I wanted to just say, like, you've been grinding your content for a while now, and 2023 was a big year for you in terms of being in the crossover scene.
Yeah,
Just how how
man.
how did it feel like having all this support and all this kind of and being able to do videos with like people like Lil Cray Cray?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the highlight of 2023 is linking up a little cray cray. Me and my coach, we filmed a reaction vid to like one of his street beefs. Said, "Hey man, like we said in the video, we'd love to have you. You're welcome anytime." I get a DM, and then we worked it out. He just pulled up. It was crazy. I was almost a little starstruck, but I was like, "Nah, this is just proof that this is where I'm supposed to be." Linking up with him, and I'm already working with linking with some other people like OJ Rose, and some other people in the scene as well. So it was just a start, and it just feels right. And I'm super grateful to him for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to more collabs and more work in 2024. But yeah, man, it's been a good year. You're right. I did. This was the year that I kind of like broke out into the scene, and now I'm here to stay. So it's like that.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, this scene, I think just as well as anybody else that the scene is very lackluster when it comes to people actually posting content and then you to add on to it just quality content. So,
Yeah,
how
man.
does it feel to be that kind of person that has not only is able to put out content, but is putting out, not even just like high quality in terms of visuals, but just,
Hmm.
in terms of the actual concept of your videos.
Right. No, first of all, thank you for noticing, the quality itself. That's something that me and my team, take very seriously and are very proud of. Is the quality we put out and the content we put out. I have someone like my coach, Coach Hoos, who's super educated in like the sport of boxing. He does MMA, he coaches wrestling, like he's just a beast in terms of combat sports. So his knowledge that he brings to like the breakdowns when we react to different fights is huge. Obviously he's very knowledgeable on like the boxing space, whereas I'm, obviously more so in the influencer space. So yeah, just keeping that consistent. Like I told Twitter, like I'm coming in hot in 2024. I'm posting weekly. That's a must. I'm actually gonna be working on posting a training video because I haven't posted one properly in months. So it's like people forget who I am. Well, I'm gonna remind you who Poseidon is. So there's been a lot of improvements in my skill set. So more content and more of that to come for sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what's up, man. That's what's up.
yeah, man.
And I wanted to ask, like, was this always your goal? Was influencer boxing like always the goal when creating content, or was there a different goal in mind?
Yes, yeah. So it's funny because I was talking to like the third member of my team. So my team is small. It's me, my coach, and then my boy who's behind the camera, Cantu Film. Shout out to him. Um, you know, the goal was to find a spot, and at first we started just posting, like story vids, like motivational type stories that I would tell, sitting behind like this my counter, and just trying to find the lane. We were trying to find the lane, see what would fit, see what would hit, see what would get the views, and then honestly, I hopped on Twitter. So it's funny, like Twitter will say that I joined in like 2017, but I didn't use it until literally May of this year. And I remember vividly, like I came on Twitter when KSI fought Temper, and that's when I really started like coming on in hot on Twitter, just posting daily, and that's when I started taking it more serious. I'm like, that's when I also started seeing the opportunities that could rise from influencer boxing. And then I was like, you know what, Cantu, you know what, Hoos, like let's react to some influencer boxing and let's like tiptoe our way into the scene. And now, ever since like June, I've been training with my coach. So, we're staying ready so we don't have to get ready. That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, talk to me about doing that and staying ready. I mean, you've had one fight. I don't. You've released a small bit of footage out. I know you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
release too much, but
Yeah.
how did that go, and how did training go from before that and to now?
Right. So it was a smoker, and I've said that on Twitter. Like, it was a smoker. I took part of this gym. It was like a 6 week training camp, and at the end, it was like a fight. Like, it was a simulated fight camp essentially. Again, just wanted to do that to test myself and see if I was really about it. There was two groups. One was at 5 a.m. and the other was in the evening. My work schedule doesn't allow for that, so I took up to 5 a.m. So I was doing 2 times a week at 5, and then we fought at the end of the 6 weeks and got my hand raised, which is was awesome. Like, it was a dope experience. But yeah, man, just the idea of staying ready to not have to get ready is just because you never know when an opportunity can come up. I know and I vowed that to myself that I'll be, a big statement maker in this scene. And so if to do that, I have to be ready for anything. They say success is where, preparation meets opportunity, and I'm prepared. I'm waiting for my opportunity, and I'm ready to be successful. So, hopefully, that comes with the IFL. I'm looking to hopefully make a debut there, and just make a statement, and then show people, that I can promote. I can promote with high quality content, and I can speak, and I have the skills to back up what I speak. So I'm ready to just entertain people and bring a show. That's for sure.
Absolutely, and I want to add, yeah, let's talk about that because you know there's promotions out there besides Misfits. You got Hype Boxing now, you got IFL, and then over in Ireland you got UCC, and then you got
Yep.
Creator Clash, all these different things, and it's like if let's say you were to go on IFL or Hype Boxing and you were to become like the star of that promotion, would that change your mind to stay on that promotion, or is just still the end goal to be on Misfits?
I'm not gonna say what an end goal looks like for me. Like, I'm a person who lives like in the present, right? Sometimes my coach likes to mess with me. He'll say like, "Oh, this person used to be a better athlete than you." I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm the best version of an athlete today. What is that person doing today? So I'm kind of in the present where I'm just focusing on now, and like you said, like a hype boxing and IFL, like I'm also a loyal person, right? So like, I want to do everything I can for the company or organization that I'm working with. So whoever that may be, I'm gonna give it my 100%, and I'm gonna show them and prove to them why I'm right for their org, and why, you know, their org is the right org. Like, I'm just trying to be that guy who shows, because there's a lot of conversation about, this person doesn't promote, that person doesn't promote. Why are we giving opportunities to these people? They don't promote. I'm not gonna let any questions like that come by me. Like, I'm not letting that slide. I'm gonna show relentlessly that I can, be worth the company's time.
Yeah,
100%.
and what's your opinion on all of that? I know there's been like heavy criticism on Misfits 012 about the lack of promotion from pretty much the entire card. Is
I say it all the time on Twitter, like, these Misfits guys, there's countless of them, that aren't doing their job. They're not doing their job. Fair play to them for getting the opportunity. I'm never gonna, tear a man or woman's like opportunity down. Like, fair play to you. My time is my time, and your time is your time. So, you know, it's just unfortunate that they're not doing they're not taking advantage of the opportunity. If anything, it's just silly on them. It makes no sense to me. Like, it genuinely boggles my mind when nobody's making content about the event that they're fighting on. Some of I've been yeah, bro. I just been calling people out on Twitter too. Like, I'm just trying to fight, man. I'm just trying to fight.
Yeah, man,
I'll
talk
name
talk
two.
about that. Talk about the whole call out with Truthful UFC fan and
Yeah,
that. Yeah, talk about how that kind of came about because I know we talked like briefly about you guys had a little beef on Twitter and like I don't know truthfully all the details about that. No
yeah,
no no pun intended, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but yeah
Yeah, I
yeah how did
mean,
that
yeah. So I don't know, Kenny, truthful UFC fan, Kenny. we've just always gone back and forth on Twitter Spaces, not even just like tweeting because that's lame as hell too. Um, but yeah, we just always go back and forth. And hey, man, it's one of those times where like he thinks he could beat me, and I think I could beat him. So put on the gloves and find out. I mean, what are we waiting for? He claims that he wants to be, a Misfits fighter, or a next fighter, or this fighter, or that fighter. Okay, step one, you just met your match. We've been going back and forth. There's some storyline. Fair play to him again. Like he has a decent following on Twitter with UFC fans, and obviously I'm in the boxing space, so let's battle it out. Let's see who can really fight for their crowd. Um, but yeah, he's one of them salty ones that hit with the like. First of all, I don't give a what if people don't follow me. Like, do
You can
you?
curse on here. I don't mind.
Okay, word. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. So he gonna follow me. Prob too. He's another one. Like, bro, yeah, I'm cool. I was cool with these people. Like, I'm never gonna step on too many toes, but like, I want to rile some people up. So these are people that just claim they want to fight and then don't back it up when it's time to sign some dotted lines. So, and I'm sure they're in my weight class too. And if not, we can make it work. But them, and then there's countless other people that have called out in the past. But like
Well,
Ice Poseidon is a big
yeah, well,
one.
let's talk about the big one, Ice
Yeah,
Poseidon.
man.
How did that come about? Was it just because of the
It's
name, or
it's because of the name, one, but also just like I'm not a fan of what he used to do, like the content he used to make. Like it just corny, cringy type of stuff that, and obviously like he's had his debut on Misfits, so the fact that he's, boxed, it's not like I'm calling this like streamer out who hasn't boxed. He's boxed. So it makes sense that, okay, let's fight for the name. I've literally said on like video, um, that yeah, this is Battle of the Seas. Like, let's make it happen. People like these gimmicky fights. Let's make a gimmicky fight. What are we doing? You know, Battle of the Seas makes the most sense. I stand by that. I say it's written in stone. I believe with my whole heart that that fight will happen one day. And yeah, it's funny because even his boyfriend, Action Man, like the other streamer who got canceled for being like racist as hell.
and he was supposed
He
to be
we
on Misfits too.
Right, he was supposed to be on this list too, and me and him had a little back and forth on Twitter a while ago too. So he knows who I am, like he knows what my goal is, and it just told me that yeah, this is gonna happen. So Ice Poseidon, if you're watching this, hey man, it's gonna happen, and whoever wins keeps the name Ice Poseidon, just Poseidon, So bring it on, I'm down for it. I want all the smoke. That's it. Come on,
Come
man.
on, make it
Come on,
happen.
come on. That's
Yeah,
the fight to make.
so I'll ask you this: is there a certain kind of content besides just fitness and reaction to boxing that you particularly wanted to get into or like making?
I was actually talking to my boy Cantu, films for me, like just ideas I had. I'm not gonna say I just wanna stay with the fitness and reactions, although like the video with Cray Cray, like I got that's like gonna be a series on my channel where I bring people into my gym, like even my boy who's in ecom, like I'm gonna bring him to the gym and just put him through a boxing workout. Like people that maybe aren't even in boxing, put them in a boxing workout, and just you know, it's good to be uncomfortable and put them through those scenarios and just ask them questions, just like interview style, but working out, and
I like
actively
that.
working out, not just working
Yeah.
out. So that's kind of like the lane that I'm going to be finding myself in a lot. I know that it doesn't really go with what you're saying, like you said, if I'm going outside of fitness, but for the meantime, that's my goal is to make those types of videos where I'm just getting unique individuals and bringing them in the gym and then showing them what boxing really is like. Because I'll tell you what, like I, I started as a novice. I had no prior knowledge of. I've thrown a punch. I've had fights in the past, but nothing like this. When you put that mouthpiece in and you put those gloves on, you're moving and you're punching, like it's a different type of tired. So yeah, just more of that in 2024 content wise. And hey, if I want to do, I'm a swimmer at heart. I'm a swimmer at heart. I grew up swimming. I was a competitive swimmer. Swam for Penn State, so I definitely would love to make some like aquatic content. I had a video in mind that I'm going to try and make over the summer when it's fitting. So yeah, a lot to look forward to in the new year for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, bringing it back to the aquatic sports. I mean, how did it feel to have Michael Phelps reply to you?
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, Michael Phelps commented on my Instagram post. That is, a crazy thing to say. I almost don't know if it was really him because it was clearly like a setup video where I'm just trying to, promote the video. I had a phone, I showed the phone. It's Michael Phelps calling me. I pick up, I'm like, yo, tell him that you're the GOAT. No problem. I got you. Go check out this video where I say you're the GOAT. He comments, this is not true. I'm like, bro, it's probably like PR, like a PR team, maybe is what I'm thinking. Like, obviously, he's not actually calling me. That's probably why they maybe commented, but he's seen the stories, he's seen that video, maybe. So the fact that that's even a real thing is wild. Like, he was an inspiration for X many years of my life. Like I literally vividly remember watching him in the Olympics multiple times, and that's why I started off reacting to swimming content because that's who I am. I'm a swimmer, and it transferred over to boxing. So yeah, man, Michael Phelps, GOAT, and I'd love to do a video with him too. I'd love to put him in boxing gloves and just or just swim with
Oh
him, bro.
man,
Whatever,
that would
big
be
bro.
incredible. Yeah, man.
That would be a bucket list type of thing. So
That would be pretty awesome. And I wanted to ask you about, just because you're part of the fitness kind of community, do you find it a little weird that, a lot of these fitness influencers haven't stepped into the ring yet?
yeah, that's a fire question, bro. And honestly, yes and no. Like yes, because obviously they're fitness related, but no, because I mean look at HS Tiki Taki, for example. Like he's a big dude and he's getting in the ring, but I just don't think that that's the lane that these guys want to be in. And honestly, better off, selfishly for me, like better off because it gives like people like me an opportunity to kind of shine and have a space on the roster. But yeah, maybe they're just too big and bulky to move like that. And honestly, that's true.
Yeah.
Everyone says muscles don't win fights, and maybe they kind of secretly know that. Maybe they don't want to put in the work because, bro, this isn't a joke. Like it's not a joke. Everyone says it. Don't you can't play boxing. Like it's not a game. And if you're just showing up for a paycheck, you're in it for the wrong reason, and you're gonna get you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt, and stay out of it if you're not gonna take it seriously. That's my number one thing. Like for example, someone like Ed Matthews. He won his fight against Swarms. Props to him. He knocked him out crazy. But he also like after the fight, he said, "Yeah, bro, like I don't train." So it's like I just it's iffy with those types of guys who just don't put in the work. And I mean, fair play to him. I'm not gonna hate on it, but I have a big respect for boxing. The more I train it, and I would just hope people take it seriously. So maybe we'll see someone like Jesse James West. Like that would be a massive name.
I want to
Maybe like an
see
Alex
Jesse
Eubank.
James versus Eubank so
Dude,
bad,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, 100%. That would be epic. Like I would. That would be. Those are like one of those. Those are like oh, that's like a one-off fight. I don't see
Yeah.
those guys being in it for the long run. I see it. I see them doing it for like, all right, let's make some noise, and that like I can get behind. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. For
I'm
example,
yeah,
like
I'm a
even the
big fan of
streamers.
both of them too. So like, and I wouldn't even be mad of them doing because I know they got their own things with the bodybuilding and everything now.
Exactly.
But I
Yeah.
know they would put asses in seats for sure. So
No, 100%. Yeah. No, those are two massive names. So I would love to see that. We should make that happen for 24. I think that would be huge, and they'd
come
probably be
on,
down. Like
guys.
they'd probably be down. It's funny because Jesse James West like also responds to like a tweet, but he never got back. But even people like that, bro, I'm just trying to, get connected and just meet cool people and do cool things and put people in situations that they haven't been in. Like obviously there's a drastic difference between subscriber count, but like it's one of those things where you're coming and you're still getting value. You're still coming over, working with us and learning something new. You're putting yourself in a spot that you haven't been in. And they would give him not a platform. It would give him a platform, but it would give him a chance to call someone like Alex out. Like if he came on the channel and said, yo, and put on the gloves and showed a little sneak peek. I know he could do it on his own channel, but it's one of those things where it's like, come on, man, just pull up. Pull up.
Thank you so much for coming on to the show. I know it took a
100%,
little
man.
bit to get this
All
sorted
good.
out and everything, but it
I'm
was
on your time,
awesome to
bro.
talk
All
to you,
good.
man, and
Likewise.
getting to know you. And I wanted to ask one more thing. Is there a
Yeah.
message to anybody out there that you want to give right now?
Yeah, as it's New Year's Eve, I'd like to say like have a blessed New Year's, happy and healthy with the ones you love. may 2024 be your year. It is in your hands, and you are capable of making it the year that changes everything. This is my year, and truthfully believe that anybody, if they start right now, today, tomorrow, ASAP, like they can make a change. So happy New Year, guys, and hoping you guys have a great one. And I know I am. So Poseidon stays here, and Lil Joey's gonna have a great year too. And just be like us. Let's go.
Let's go.
Come on,
Appreciate
man.
it, man. Thank you for
Of
coming
course,
on to the
brother.
show.